Most people will go to school for at least 20 years of their life. That's just what's been prescribed to everybody. As a kid, that's what you do. You enroll in the school system and you go through it with the expectation that eventually after 20 years, you're gonna start making money, right? You're gonna be able to make a living. Now, why is it that somebody thinks that they can enter into trading or aren't willing to put in just a few years of experience in order to make money, to make a living? You're willing to put in 20 years doing things that don't even apply to what you're going to do out of university before you start making money. Why are you not willing to just put in a few years of hard work to master Forex trading, to become successful?
Hey, what's up traders? Welcome to the 8th episode of the Smart Money Concept Series. I'm Cam Hawkins, host of Trading Nut here. Now, before we get into this with Aidan Hunt from Ariel Fx, which is all about trading psychology, I want to tell you about something that I'm doing next week, which can help with your trading psychology around passing funding challenges. So I've called it the Algo Funder Mastermind. I'm going to show you what it looks like here on the screen. So there's 4 days left to register, and it's at a really, really affordable price point there, but it will be going up before that 4-day countdown ticks down to the start. So if you guys want to come on board, it is a 3-day masterclass where we're going to come up with a trading strategy, which I'm going to fully automate, that's going to be geared to you guys passing funding challenges and withdrawing from them. So it's a first here, it's definitely a first on Trading Nut, possibly a first in the world. So guys, I'd love to see you on board. There are 4 days left to register. We've got special expert trader guests coming on: Andy Peters, Brandon Abbas, and Austin Semenik. So it's going to be great fun. It's going to be 3 days of coming up with this strategy, really refining it, turning it into a fully automated trading robot, which you're going to get access to forever. All right, folks, I'd love to see you there. I'll put a link under the video and in the card above so that you can get access to it really quickly. I'd love to see you there. But for now, let's get on with the rest of the video here with Aidan. Folks, if you missed out on joining the Trading Nut Funded Cup, don't worry. With over 3,000 traders registered, my sponsors, City Traders Imperium, have decided to run another. But this time, they've promised the prizes will be even bigger and better. Folks, if you want to register for this and show your skills as a trader, click on the link above or the link below the video or in the podcast description, then sign up for free before mid-July 2022 and get 10% off any City Traders Imperium product just for entering the competition. Good luck, folks, and we'll see you in the cup.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into this week's episode of the Ariel Fx Trading Nut Collaboration Series. My name is Aidan. I am the president and co-founder of Ariel Fx, and it's a pleasure to spend a few minutes here with you guys for this week's episode. And I really kind of wanted to step in and talk about something that I am extremely passionate about within trading. And, this video is more or less kind of off the cuff, from the heart, and it's about something that throughout my years of experience now is just something that's become extremely frustrating for me and disheartening to see in this industry. And the topic of this discussion is going to be psychology. Now, I want to make this kind of a 2-part series for you guys in terms of psychology. And so today, the focus is going to be on the approach, right? The mindset before even coming into trading. And, you see my chart up here. I know, obviously, we've been rolling with technical analysis and the smart money concepts, and we're super proud of that and hope you found value in that. But I wanted to step in here to make sure that, it's clear that mindset and approach are just as, or if not more important than the technical side of trading. Okay, and in my personal opinion, and you can argue this, but my personal opinion is that psychology and a strong psychology is 80% of trading. Okay, but most places, most courses, most channels, it kind of goes unspoken. And you'll find things here and there, but if it's that important, why isn't that the main topic of discussion as opposed to technical analysis? Now, don't get me wrong, you have to be able to master a strategy, concepts, okay, in order to be consistently profitable and successful. But for me, what really provided a breakthrough in my trading journey was mastering my own psychology, mastering my own emotions. Okay. And Nate and I say this all the time. anyone can be profitable with any strategy. Okay, I know people who are extremely profitable who trade retail, trend line support and resistance because their psychology is 100%. They understand the depths of their own mind and they don't allow these markets to play tricks on their minds. So I want to make sure that everyone is coming into this with the understanding that psychology is going to be the foundation of your success in trading. And there are companies out there, and I won't obviously name any names, but there are companies and there are individuals in the industry who promote false expectations and realities and promote false dreams with trading. Okay? And that comes into obviously, a lot of the network marketing. And it's great, that the network marketing there is for exposure, but they're exposing it for the wrong reasons, in my opinion, a flashing lifestyle. And so people come into the industry with that immediate expectation. Therefore, if they're not quitting their job within a week, they're not making 6 figures within 3 months, they quit. And it's just fostering the wrong mindset and the wrong approach. It's completely inverted from how it should be. Now, I want to use a little bit of an analogy here to kind of put things into perspective for you. Most people will go to school for at least 20 years of their life. That's just what's been prescribed to everybody. As a kid, that's what you do. You enroll in the school system and you go through it with the expectation that eventually after 20 years, you're going to start making money, right? You're going to be able to make a living. Now, why is it that somebody thinks that they can enter into trading or aren't willing to put in just a few years of experience in order to make money, to make a living? You're willing to put in 20 years doing things that don't even apply to what you're going to do out of university before you start making money. Why are you not willing to just put in a few years of hard work to master Forex trading, to become successful? Why is it the preconceived notion that I need to be successful in a very, very short period of time? So I want you to kind of reflect on that and think about that and understand that this industry, to be successful, it takes time. It takes experience. Experience is going to be the greatest teacher. But if you're not willing to have that hard conversation with yourself at the outset, right? Set realistic expectations for yourself at the outset, you're just wasting your time. Okay. And that's just the harsh truth with this. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's not meant for you if that's what your approach is going to be. Okay. So another point on that is within the education system, okay, that we've been prescribed and the way that the grading system is set up within the education system, people are punished for failure. Okay, they assign a grade to you. And I remember just personally going through school, I would say the vast majority of professors would, they would administer a test and, you'd take the test and they'd hand the Scantron back to you and collect the test and not even review the answers that you got wrong. They wouldn't even want to review it with us. That's kind of backwards in my opinion. The whole purpose should be to learn from your failures, not just, oh, you got an 80% on this test, move on. Okay, that completely defeats the purpose. Okay, but that's the mentality that has essentially been, prescribed to us and kind of ingrained in our own psychologies as children. So I want you to fully understand that and not fall victim to that when it comes to trading in general. You have to be willing to learn from your mistakes and not treat them as punishment, that you failed and that you can't overcome, and learn from those mistakes. That is extremely, extremely important. So kind of takeaways from this is you have to come into this with the right mindset, set realistic expectations for yourself, set a realistic timeline for yourself. Understand that people learn at different paces. And for you, it might be 4 or 5 years. For others, it might be 2 or 3, but that's okay. It still beats 20 years in the educational system, right? So you need to set that expectation. You have to have that hard conversation with yourself. And secondly, you need to embrace failure. Failure is absolutely okay. And you're going to fail over and over and over again. Okay, I know I have, I know I did, and I know I still do. But you have to be able to take that failure and turn it into something positive and continue to fail. Okay, and then over time, you will subconsciously quit making those mistakes. Okay, and that comes with experience and not quitting, not giving up because you failed because you haven't made money overnight. Okay, and my final point in this introductory psychology video is going to be surrounding surrounding self-sufficiency. It's another issue that is prevalent within this industry, within the niche, is it fosters an environment of dependency upon others. I remember when Nate and I started, we jumped from signal service to signal service, from course to course, from group to group, etc. Always seeking that next person who's going to hold our hands and take us to profitability. And there is nothing at all wrong with mentorship. There is nothing wrong with guidance. Okay, it's very, very helpful and beneficial. It's just part of, if you want to grow in anything in life, it's very, very helpful to have a mentor. But you have to have it with the mindset of, oh, I don't need this person in order to achieve my goals. That person is just a supplement because I have it within myself to be successful. I know ultimately I can rely on only me, only myself in order to be successful, right? So what I would suggest, what I would recommend is that you find a strategy that resonates with you, whether that be retail, trend lines, support and resistance. Find something that makes sense to you. For me, it was smart money concepts. For the first time, the markets actually made logical sense to me. I resonated with that. It made sense to me. I found success with it and I stuck with it. There were times where I failed, but it resonated with me. The logic was there and I stuck with it and I learned from those mistakes and I'm a better trader for it, right? So please, for your own benefit, quit jumping around, okay, from signal service to signal service, from group to group, from course to course. Okay, you have to be able to sit down, find something that resonates with you, and practice it and gain the necessary experience with that system, with that strategy. You can rely on yourself. Find the mentor, find the strategy, gain the experience, and rely on yourself to be successful. If I am a signal service, if I am a signal provider, and you're relying on my trade ideas to make money, what happens if I get hit by a bus tomorrow? Where does that leave you? So again, you have to be able to trust yourself. You have to be willing to gain the experience. That might mean sitting in front of the charts for hours and hours a day in the interim. Obviously, the goal is to be self-sufficient, a profitable trader, financially free, and minimal time in front of the charts. But for a short period of time, that might mean you have to put in the extra work and the effort and actually apply what you've learned on the charts, on the live charts, watching live price action in order to gain the necessary experience. And like I said, it can take years for people. It can take some people just months, and that's okay. Don't focus on anybody else but yourself. I promise you, one day the breakthrough is going to happen. All of those, blown accounts and thousands of dollars that you've lost, one day you will break through. It will click for you. Okay, and you'll make all of that money back and more if you just stick with it. So that wraps up the introductory episode to psychology, mindset, and approach to trading. And our subsequent episode is going to kind of address psychology as it relates to entering trades, trade management, psychology as we just get into trading. But I didn't want to discuss that if we don't sit down and talk about the mindset and approach first. So I really want you to have a good self-reflection and even journal about what you're really in it for. Okay, are you willing to invest in your own knowledge and education first without the focus on the money? Because that's naturally going to come. So have that hard conversation with yourself and ask yourself if you're willing to put in the necessary effort and time in the short term so that you can be financially free in the long term. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you guys again in a couple weeks. Safe trading, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.